We argued in a previous series that the apocalypse, or the events of the Second Coming, would be, in part, a repetition of the Exodus. We made this claim on the basis of a revelation to Joseph Smith in 1834, which plainly states that the redemption of Zion in the latter days would be conducted by a latter-day Moses, who would lead Israel from bondage as did the ancient Moses. But it's not the only scriptural evidence that the Apocalypse and Exodus are, in nature, parallel events. It has long been recognized by scholars within and without of the church that the exodus of the Israelites under the leadership of Moses served as a symbolic type. The Apostle Paul, for example, used several events of the Exodus to typify Christ. He called the events examples of our admonition. Jesus used the manna of the Exodus to typify himself, giving it as a sign to his disciples. The Book of Mormon repeatedly uses the Exodus as a type, as Professor S. Kent Brown explains. Nephi used the example of Moses parting the Red Sea and drowning Pharaoh's armies to typify the Lord's ability to deliver himself and his brethren from Laban. Nephi later recounted the events of the Exodus when chastising them for their lack of faith. The redemption of Zion of our dispensation follows the same type, where modern Israel must be freed from bondage with power and led to a promised land flowing with milk and honey. The redemption of Zion, as the latter-day Exodus is called by the Lord, does more than follow the symbolic pattern of the Mosaic Exodus. It will be a faithful replay of the first event. Events in the Exodus will repeat in type and in sequence. Many of the same actors will participate, while others will be represented by proxies. The presence of the Lord will return. The original rod of Aaron will be used by a latter-day Aaron. Latter-day Israel will be released from the bondage of a modern-day Egypt and led to a promised land. It should not be surprising, therefore, that the account of the redemption, the book of Revelation, duplicates the narrative of the first Exodus, the book of Exodus, in structure and content.